Hello everyone, Retro Rockets here, and welcome to another Command and Conquer Rivals video. Today I'm going to show you the new unit, the Orca Bomber, and I'm going to show you it in action. I've just unlocked it on my main account, so we're going to spectate a few games and you can see it in action and see what it can do. Okay, so let's have a look. I've only played a few games of it, getting a feel for the unit, but I just think it's so funny to watch because
Establishing battlefield control.
It's kind of got a mind of its own, and I'll just pause it and just explain how it works as well.
3, 2, 1. New mission received.
Okay, I'll just spectate it from my side.
Building online.
Okay, let's use the harvester as an example. If the Orca Bomber was my harvester, it attacks directly on the square it's flying over, and it does residual surrounding damage to every square surrounding it. Okay, so it does the main damage to the square below it, but it also damages everything on, well, the hexagons all around it. Okay, so we'll just carry on with the game. I just threw together a War Factory deck with a Hammerhead and the new Orca Bomber. I'll just pause it here. Okay, I've seen this guy has gone double harvester, so I now need to start charging the pads, and eventually I'll get a harvester out of my own, because the Orca Bombers cost 100 Tiberium, so they're not cheap.
Unit ready.
Okay, so I bring out a Pitbull to attack his harvester, and he literally brings nothing out to defend it. You'll see why he does this, because he opens up a tech lab straight away. So he just wants to get his tech units out straight away. That's not the best thing to do, but he obviously thinks that works.
Unit ready.
Tech division awaiting orders.
Okay, so I bring out a Predator.
Cue the juice.
Okay, and now I see why he didn't bring any units out. He's now brought out a Basilisk, which isn't the end of the world for me, because I've also packed a Hammerhead in my deck, originally packed in there to defend the Orca Bomber, so I can take out his Basilisk quite easily. So I win the first missile and open up my air tower
Unit lost.
and bring out a Hammerhead to take out his Basilisk. He's now brought out Cyborgs, which is bad for me because they're an excellent air counter, but
Lost.
you'll see what the Orca Bomber can do. Just before I attack with the Orca Bomber, the way it works is, I've explained how the damage works, but you'll see it's got 6 missiles. Once it starts firing, it can't stop until all the missiles are gone. Okay, so you've just got to move it around and just hope it hits something that you want it to hit. And now watch this. Right, and now try and move my Orca over the Cyborgs. A level 7 Orca Bomber
Unit lost.
killed a level 9 Cyborg. The Cyborgs are meant to be a hard counter for aircraft, and my Orca Bomber killed it. I win that exchange because my Orca Bomber only cost me 100 Tiberium, his Cyborg cost 130, and my thing was 2 levels below his.
Unit ready.
So I just keep getting Orca Bombers out,
Unit
because I
ready.
know I can kill his Cyborgs. Okay, that didn't go so well that time, but I get it with my second one. And you'll see here,
Unit lost.
it's done residual area of effect damage to his other Cyborg that he had there as well. So his other Cyborg's already damaged.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
I will say this, you'll notice, I'll just pause it for a second, you'll notice as I go along in this video, I don't know what the Orca Bomber's firing criteria is. It kind of has a mind of its own. I guess if a unit comes to attack it, it'll just start firing. It'll just start unloading its payload everywhere, just attacking everything in the area. So it's kind of got a mind of its own. Again, I take out some cyborgs there. Just keep microing them around and I win the game. What you want to do is, because it does most of the damage directly below it, you want to start attacking a unit and then move the Orca Bomber directly over the unit. Okay, I'll just show you one more game. But I just find these things so funny. They just unload, they just let rip, like, and you can't do anything about it. Once it starts, there's no stopping it.
3, 2,
This guy actually has really high level units compared to me. His units are level 10 and 11. And my Orca Bomber is level 7. So I just scout him out, see what he's doing. I see he's got a level 11 harvester, so I'm like, great. This guy is obviously going to have really high levels. He gets out a level 11 pitbull.
unit lost.
And he starts charging the pad. I don't really want him to do that. I kind of want it the opposite this game. I want some time to get out double harvester so I can start pumping out Orca Bombers. So I'm trying to delay the missile here.
Unit ready.
And sorry, I'll just do it from my perspective. I now see he's got an MLRS,
Unit lost.
which really irks me, but it's also good as well.
Harvester ready.
I'll just pause it. I now get out my second harvester because I see he's got an MLRS and I'm hoping he's going to build more, because MLRSs can't attack air units. So I get out my second harvester and send it to the top. The reason I send it to the top is I don't want him to see that I've now got 2 harvesters. See, yeah, he gets another MLRS, or it might be the same one, I don't know. So I know he's got MLRSs on the field, so I'm like, right, I just want to ramp up my economy and just start bombing the crap out of him. I don't care too much that I lose the first missile, because I just want to decimate him with Orca Bombers. So here we go, I get my first one out. It gets a pitbull, which obviously starts hurting it. And I managed to kill his pitbull and get residual damage on his MLRS, which he can't do anything about. I send another one to the top, try and do the same thing. And these things are so good for taking out MLRSs. If someone's got an MLRS on the point, they can't do anything. The MLRS can't defend itself at all. So I'm going to kill his MLRS at the bottom this time. So I've won the bottom point, which was held by his MLRSs. I build a tank to try and dislodge what's going on at the top. And I need to win this missile, so I need to get him off there. And you can see my Orca Bomber absolutely destroying my own Predator tank, which, you know, is something you have to take into consideration. Right, now he brings out zone troopers, which is really bad for me, because like cyborgs, these are an excellent air counter, but whereas the other guy had, I think, level 9 cyborgs, this guy has level 11 zone troopers. So I win the second missile, so it all comes down to this last missile. But as you see at the bottom here, I think my Orca Bomber did really decent damage to his zone troopers there. And I can take him out with 2 Orca Bombers there and do loads of damage to his Wolverine. But I run out of bombs, so I retreat. He's now brought out Kodiak. I don't really know why, because they can't attack air units, but we'll see how it goes. And now what I'm trying to do here with my 2 top Orca Bombers is I'm now going to attack his base, because I want to see how much damage these bombs do to a base. I can't attack it directly because I can't fly over the base, but I can get area of effect damage on it. So as you can see here, it's not really doing too much damage to the base, but as I say, it's just the residual area of effect damage, but I decided to just let rip on it anyway.
Unit lost.
I stall the missile and send a hammerhead to the top because I know he's got a Kodiak there.
Unit lost.
I send a second hammerhead to attack it as well. So I'm contesting the top point but winning the bottom point, which allows me to win the game. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the Orca Bomber in action. I think it's rapidly going to become one of my favourite units. I think it's just so fun to use because it's so sort of haphazard. You know, once it starts firing, it can't stop. It'll attack your own units. It'll just fire a unit that attacks it. So it'll just start dropping bombs, whether it's next to your harvester or anything like that. It'll just attack everything. I love it. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Please leave a comment below what you enjoyed seeing about the Orca Bomber. And I hope to see you in the next video.